Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Alchemy of Light, which is the practice of inviting joy into our lives and creating a gift of love for the universe. It's connecting to each other, that connection, that alchemy, that incredible thing that happens when you're in the room with someone or talking to someone and you go, "Yes, this feels so good. This is something awesome." It's that it's that magic. In that magic, we are inviting the energy of joy and love to come together, where everyone joins and receives the gift of love and sends the gift of love out to the universe. Each of us can do something to create change. It is my hope, my dream for this to be an uplifting and creative experience to renew and refresh every part of you. I am so grateful for you, and you need to know your love is amazing. And so before we get started, I want to remind everyone that if they leave a comment down underneath the video, once the video has been completed, that becomes an entry into a giveaway. We are giving away a mystery box full of goodies that I think everyone will really enjoy. It's really quite beautiful. And before I bring on our guest, I just wanted to share with you this quote from John O'Donohue, who is one of my favorite authors. He's a poet. He's written several books, and he's from the other side of the pond. I'm not really sure whether it's Scottish or Irish at this point. I think it's Irish, maybe Celtic. I don't know. And the name of this is, "May I be the love that is missing in the world." There is a way of being in the world that transcends the world, a way of being a regular person and a miracle worker at the same time. We become the lamps that shed the light that emanates from the electricity of Source. No one feels deeply at home on this planet. It's not where we come from, and it's not where we are ultimately headed. It is a place we stay, but for a little while. Beautiful and blessed, but a way station nonetheless. We are here because we have a mission to be the love that is missing in the world, and thus reclaim a darkened world for light. May we all be the love that is missing in the world. And so today's guest is my good friend, Akela, who I believe we met in a practice group, and I knew immediately that I wanted to have a friendship with Akela. And I need to tell you thank you, Akela, because as most of you know, last year was a little bit difficult, and well, more than a little bit difficult, very emotional, very painful. And I want to thank you for being that voice of calm and the inspiration of trying to see it from a different angle. Trying to not be stuck inside my head. Well, no, this is what's happening and I don't understand. And you were always saying, well, there might be another way to be looking at this. Maybe it's not about you. And I loved that about you, that strength and that ability to anchor in and hold on when I was like the wind, just floating everywhere. And I just really want to thank you for how that rescued me more than one occasion. I don't know that I ever told you thank you before. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So without further ado, we welcome Akela, and her YouTube channel is in the banner down below, so you guys can join her channel, like, subscribe, and share and comment, all those good things. All those things make the channel grow. And of course, everyone wants their stuff to grow. I would love it for it to grow, but I trust spirit that it's going to go where it needs to go. So, I'm not gonna be one of those that says, "Hey, like, subscribe, share," even though that's what I just did. So, welcome, Akela. Do you have any you want to share anything with everyone?
Everyone. Well, I want to say you're welcome and thank you, Kate. It's been a pleasure, meeting you. And as you said, we met each other in a practice session.
Mhm.
And I always tell everyone, you bring my grandmother because I think that's how we got our first interaction, right? You brought my
Yes.
grandmother through, and it was beautiful. You always bring her in with so much love, so much joy. I'm always like, after when I go to bed, I lay there and I'm just like feeling all wrapped up in a warm blanket,
Oh.
smiling from ear to ear because of the passion, the joy you bring in whomever it is, and no matter what the message is, but there's this beautiful energy behind whatever the messages we have to receive. So thank you as well.
Well, I can't take full credit for that. You're gonna have to say thanks to the source because I think that's where that's coming from. But it is magical, isn't it? When we connect with the other side and we get a little bit of dusting of what that resonance is, of what that feeling is
Yeah.
coming through that kiss from heaven.
Yes.
That little kiss from heaven that is like so undescribable and so all encompassing, that everything melts away.
Mm-hmm.
All the worries melt away, all the stuff we're thinking about just kind of drizzle away.
Yeah.
And you just, kind of ruminate in that yumminess.
Wish for everyone is that everyone will be open to accept that love, that compassion that comes from the other side, right? Because I
Yes.
think if we all allowed it, and not be fearful of whatever, but we allowed the message, there wouldn't be so much sadness, so much grief, when we lose someone as we think. You
Mhm.
know, I'm talking to you about it and I can just feel like I'm being lifted up. Because that's how it makes me feel when you connect
Yes.
spirit, and your light, your the sun, the weight is what I should say. The weight is taken away from you.
Right.
You have a different point of view. So yeah.
It is an awesome experience to have that validation, to know that spirit is talking to us and connecting to us, or at least attempting all the time.
Mhm.
All the time. We sleep, but they don't. And sometimes in our dreams, that's when it's the most poignant, the most informative, the most dramatic, because that's when the message bothers you in the morning
Yeah.
or in the afternoon. And you said to yourself, wait a minute now. What was that all about? What was that meaning? How do I figure that out?
Yeah.
And as light workers, we all have that sensitivity, that empathy for understanding, and the curiosity for wanting to understand more. And I think that it's a really beautiful time right now on the planet. Everyone talks about it being so different, but
Mhm.
you know what? We've experienced different every day.
Yeah.
In reality, every day is different than the day before.
Yeah.
Every hour is different. Every bite that we take and eat and swallow,
It's different. Mhm.
it's different. Okay. So, this mode of being fearful or nervous, I think has a couple of explanations for it. In that the heightened intensity um, of negative emotion is so permeating.
Mhm.
It's so loud. It's so everywhere.
Mhm.
And I I just wanted to mention one thing that I realized this week, and that was that the energies from the galaxies are here. They're here to help us. So if you're feeling wobbly, if you're feeling like something's out of kilter a little bit, nothing straight, ridiculous, but just a wobbling.
Mhm.
Perhaps what you're feeling is the galactic energy healing the planet. Perhaps what you are feeling is their new energy blending with ours,
Yeah.
learning to become the alchemy of healing for the whole planet. And in that respect, you can take a deep breath, let
Mhm.
it out, and say thank you, and see if the rest of the day doesn't feel more stable. See if you don't feel more encouraged and confident that
Mhm.
all will be well. That's my new phrase. What if everything turns out okay when the monkey mind goes nuts? You know, when because
Yeah.
I'm Gemini, I can go there. And I could go there until like 3 o'clock in the morning, and my husband's going, "Would you please go to sleep?"
But you know what's interesting? When you said maybe it's the galactic's energy meshing with us, with ours, I got
Yes.
huge chills.
Oh, yes. Because it's so different
Mhm.
because they're here to help. The universe loves Earth.
Yeah.
It always has. It's so different. It's special. Humanity, on the other hand, has to step up
Mhm.
because this is not the first time it's been asked to step up. So, in forming the idea behind the alchemy of light and knowing what kind of magic we have when we come together, knowing that feeling like nothing else. I don't have any other yummy type of feeling than I do when I have with you, than I do when I have with all of the people that are joining us, whether
Mhm.
they're joining us in the chat or whether they're joining us live. It's that understanding that our souls energies, when they blend, create something unique and
Yeah.
something really magical. It's really quite exciting. And I end up like, pull her off the ceiling. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So we just really appreciate that you are here with me tonight. And we appreciate everybody that's in the chat and everybody that's going to be joining later. I know there are a lot of people that are out observing the lunar eclipse or taking a look to see if they can see that big red moon.
Mhm.
And I am going to be incorporating the aspects of the lunar energies into the meditation at the end of the program. So I hope that you guys stick around for that because it is really beautiful and it involves our intentions, our hopes, and our dreams for what we want the world to be. If we don't know what we want them to be, what we want to change, how can it change?
Yeah.
How do we open up to the solutions, the options, well, what if we move this over there and that over there? If you can't see where it is you're going to feel lost.
Yeah.
So hopefully this new energy will allow a lot of us to be anchored into knowing where we're going, into knowing that that resolution is right around the corner. And so it's actually a very exciting time. I'm very excited about it. I know there are others that are a little nervous, and that's okay. That's okay. It's a choice. It's always a choice. Do you turn it off or do you turn it on? Do you dance to it or what do you do? So that brings me to our interview. If you're ready, are you nervous?
Yeah. I'm a little. Okay.
Good, little nervous. That's
Yeah.
so sweet. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so as you know, I send the questions out to all of my interviewees, and here's question number one: what do you do daily to
Mhm.
bring joy to your mind?
Mhm. You know, when I got the question, Kate, I sat and I thought about it. And I realized that what I do daily, the reason why I couldn't immediately pinpoint it is because it's something that I do without even knowing, right? And for me, acknowledging everyone, acknowledging people.
Hmm.
There are so many um, people out in the world, like you have your delivery drivers, you have the people who drop off your food, you have the waste collection. There's so many people out there who, when you speak with them, they're like, they light up when you acknowledge them and they say, wow, no one's ever said good morning to me, or no one's ever acknowledged me. or like in the beginning when I would first see them, they're a little standoffish when I speak. But then because I repetitively do it, now it's like, hey, how are you doing? So for me, it's acknowledging people, continuing to be kind, and remembering to say thank you.
Mhm.
And what it does is the reaction that I get from the people because they're shocked. And another thing I do, I always ask, so how are you today? How is your day going? And the shock of that question, someone asked you how your day was going, it lights me up because you can see the genuinity and like, wow, is she really wanting to know how my day went, or they're trying to figure out if I'm just, just saying it just because. And I'm really like, have a good day. I hope you have a good day. But seeing folks' reaction to
Mhm.
those few little things is what really lights me up and brings me joy. Yeah.
Awesome. So is that something you have to remind yourself, or it's so ingrained in your head now that
It,
it's just a habit?
it is so ingrained.
Yeah,
It is
it's
so
just something that you do, it's a habit.
Yeah, and that's why I took a while when I read the question. I was like, well, what do I do that brings me joy? And I was like, because it's like tying my shoes. So like, oh,
Okay.
this is what I do,
Yes, it is. And
Um,
yeah, and in a lot of ways, that's how simple we need it to become.
yeah.
To make it as simple as tying your shoes. This
Mhm,
is just who you are, this is what you do,
mhm.
and it comes back. That joy comes back to you almost immediately, doesn't it? When the people, get
Now,
over being shocked, and then they reciprocate, and so, then you can enjoy it as well. Okay, so what do you do daily for your body that brings you joy?
naps.
I know, a lot of us are taking naps.
From a kid, um, every Sunday at noon, my grandmother would have us take naps every Sunday. And as a kid, I hated it, right?
Mhm,
I realized that because she enforced it every Sunday, I continued that now as an adult. I don't care where I am on Sunday. I can be at my friend's house. Once I see 12 o'clock is approaching, I'm like, okay, gotta go. And they're like, what? Why are you going? I need my nap. I need to go home.
Hey, you're a young woman.
Yes. And I take my nap, and sometimes I nap and I get up and I'm refreshed.
Mhm.
And then other times it's like I take a nap and I'm more tired than I went and took the nap. And I was like, okay, now, what did you have me doing? Because I'm more tired than I went to bed with the energy that I went to bed with.
Sure.
But for my body, I nap. And I think too, even like with my the first question you asked, just the acknowledging of people, being kind to everybody. And I'm human. I have my days when I may not be in a good mood, and then I may fall short. But I think that also does something to the body, right?
Mhm.
Because when you get that reaction that, oh, okay, well, my day was good and blah, 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 blah. There's an adrenaline rush. There's some sort of um thing that I feel that's being released in the body.
Hmm.
So it makes my whole body feels good actually.
Mhm. Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, so what about what you do daily to bring joy to your spirit?
Oh, well, now that I have really found this community and really focusing on remembering who I am and what we were supposed to be
Mhm.
doing, right?
Mhm.
Meditation.
Mhm.
I I'm at work and I'll go on my break, and in that break I go and I meditate.
Nice.
Even if it's for 5 minutes. And
Right.
sometimes I'll eat real quick and then I'll go meditate for the rest. Sometimes I may snack throughout and then I just go in we have a quiet lounge and I'll put in my headphones and meditate. But
Nice.
what I'm trying to do now is um, work without the guided meditations so then I can hear spirit more while I am still a little bit conscious,
Mhm.
because when you're conscious and you're hearing the doing the guided meditation, I feel like for me, this may not be everyone,
Right.
sometimes I can't hear them. So I'm
Mhm.
trying to learn it without the guided meditation. But I am meditating if I'm at work. I come home at night now and I am starting to do mantras, you know. So, and what's interesting is I started a mantra, it's the Gayatri mantra. And this is going to be my third night doing it. And I wanted to see if I can actually remember it.
Mm.
And last night when I did it, I remembered it. And maybe had to look at my book maybe one or two times to make sure I'm pronouncing the words correctly.
Mhm.
Meditation, and I've just started mantras as
That's
well.
awesome. That's awesome. I found out about mantras, probably 20 years ago,
Mhm,
maybe longer. And I found that speaking in Sanskrit, which, is usually the words that you're repeating,
mhm,
like Sat Chit Ananda, you
mhm,
you know, that there is a pleasing sound that comes out of it, even at the same time as saying as repeating it. So it's almost as if the words do this and recycling of your energy, bringing it back in, and a sense of serenity with it. I know that in many occasions when we've been in hospitals lately,
mhm.
that remembering those words, and sometimes they're only 3 words, sometimes it's only 2 words,
Yeah.
right? Or 2 sounds even, that if I am repeating in my head, bring my energy back to focus, bring me back to a place of comfort
Mhm,
and stability, because hospitals can be a little noisy and uncomfortable. And some of the sounds and things that you hear and see,
mhm,
in a hospital can, not be conducive to uh,
mhm.
anything that you might have expected. So we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that. So when did you realize that it needed to become a requirement of your day? You actually made an intention, like
Yeah.
when you're talking about it with the mantras.
Well, so I grew up in the Caribbean, right? And I've been exposed to I'll use the word religion, right? Because we had friends of every religion you can think of. So I've been exposed to them, but we never paid attention to it. So now in my adulthood, I'm understanding that, okay, with my friends who were of the Hindu religion,
Mhm.
you know, the significance of some of what we sat through with them when we attended their family events and stuff. But as a kid, you didn't think anything of it. So recently, I stumbled upon the Ganesha mantra, and I felt like I was needed to have some obstacles removed.
Mhm.
So I started to utilize that mantra. And what was interesting is the first, second time I didn't, I said it, whatever. But on the third day of doing the mantra is
Mhm.
when I was visited by Ganesha. And I was like, whoa. And there was interaction. It was just that I saw the energy come in during the meditative state, come
Yes.
like if it was coming in to one, let me know, hey, I'm here, I hear you, I see you, because it just came in whoosh
Mhm.
and left.
Wow.
And when that happened, I was like, wow, there's a lot of significance and importance in utilizing these mantras.
Mhm.
So I continued with the Ganesha mantra, and then I stumbled upon the Gayatri one. So I said, okay, let me try this one because I'm trying to work on my clairvoyance. Um, as you know, I have been able to see things, beings and stuff, but not the way that I want to. So I am working on that with that mantra to help get more clarity,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Awesome.
So I would say once I stumble upon the Ganesha one or realize the um the effects it could have is when I was like, okay, let me try and stick to the meditations. Let me try and find a mantra, work on what I need to work on in that period of time.
Mhm.
Because then something else different might pop up. And
Right.
okay, now that this situation has arrived, what help can I get? What assistance can I get from the universe? And
Mhm.
then something will pop in, and I'm like, you're showing me that.
Surprise!
Right. So let me focus on this mantra or this meditation or whatever is put in front of me in that moment.
Yes. So
Um,
you've noticed the difference.
oh
You've
yeah.
noticed a huge difference in from today versus last year. Have you noticed the growth and seen the effects of having a regular practice of inviting the joy in?
Yes, there has been a huge things are just different. My saying the word abilities sounds kind of like but
It's okay.
my communication with my team, you know, has changed. Um when I receive the messages, they're a little different. That sometimes it shocks me and I'm like, "Oh wow, that's different. I've never like had something shown to me like that before." Or um so I know that I am um right, my vibration is rising.
Mhm.
Um the work that I'm putting in with my team, you know, trying to make sure I have a communication with them in the morning, at night, sometimes throughout the day. I'll just be driving and be like, you know what? Thank you. Really appreciate it. You
Yeah.
know, and sometimes I have no idea the dreams that they may show me. And I'm like, I don't know what it means, but thank you for showing me that.
Mhm.
Oh my, and real quick, I know we have a certain amount of time, but documenting your dreams. I had a dream in 2023. I was at this place. I had no idea where the place was, but I vividly remember the location I was at. This week, I'm speaking to a coworker. So I'm telling him about things that I see in the clouds, and we're chatting up. And he all of a sudden says to me, have you ever heard of the hanging gardens of Babylon?
Mm.
And I said,
Nice.
no, I've never heard of that. Out of
Oh,
the blue, he says that. We wouldn't talk about gardens, nothing.
yeah.
So he says, let me pull it up. So he pulls it up. Kate, when he pulls up the image, I haven't thought of this dream since I've had it. As soon as he pulled up the dream, I said, that is the place that was in my dreams. And he said, what? He said, we were supposed to have this conversation so that somehow you can bring up this place and I
Mhm.
could see that I somehow in my dreams went to this location. It's the exactly I knew nothing of this place.
Yeah.
But this is another thing I think with my team, my guides, they are putting people in place now to help connect the dots with some of the dreams, visions, if it's astral travel, whatever it may be that
Mhm.
I've been doing. They're helping me connect it to say, okay, see why we said you need to journal? See why we said
It's also, the hit that I got was that you were in the era of Babylon. So this is a past life. This is a past life memory of walking through there.
Mhm,
So a lot of us are noticing past life memories
mhm,
because it's really important to heal whatever that was. And sometimes you don't even have to know what the pain was, what the wound was,
mhm,
but to acknowledge that we have lived many lives, many lifetimes in many different places. And when they become very clear, like the one that you had in 2023, where your guides and angels are saying, we need to bring you back here because we want to help you heal this. So if it has not returned to you, if you've not gone back to, the gardens of Babylon, which apparently, everything that's written about them is that they were marvelous and gorgeous and, transcendent and, just this magical place.
Mm.
It's very possible that in that dream experience, you healed
Yeah.
whatever that was. Very, very important for all light workers to have this clear vessel for the energy to come in, for the energy to go out. So
Mhm.
if that means the healing of the wounds, if that means taking the chance and exploring, what is that? What is it that causes distress or that causes you to feel uncomfortable with a statement or a song lyric or even a line in a movie that you're watching?
Yeah.
Pay attention to that. Pay
Mhm.
attention to that little pinprick or whatever, because it will lead you to where you need to heal. And so remembering it, knowing it, and then going, I don't know what that was, that's okay, because whatever happened healed
Yeah.
and it's behind you now. It's gone. It's in the past. It's done. And that is a really beautiful place to be,
Yeah.
to know that whatever came before is already done. It's done. We
Mhm.
can let go of it. We can let go of what that was so that we can be who we are meant to be here and now. So, last question. What is it like when you shift into joy?
Whew.
I know. I know. It's
When I shift into joy, I feel like I radiate.
mhm.
I feel like I'm a glowing bulb, to be honest. Like,
I'll take 10 of those. Thank you.
because my boss said to me one day, um, we were talking about a situation, and she said, "You know what, Akela? When I talk to you, you bring me such ease."
Mm,
Said there's something about you. She said, "I don't know what it is. It's so light."
mhm,
So for me, when I shift into joy, it not only makes me feel good internally,
right,
but it helps lift others. It helps shift others in that
yeah,
moment of whatever they might be dealing with.
right.
So I'll take that light bulb and
It is amazing to have somebody actually mention that.
yeah.
That they can feel the radiance, that they're affected by and that's what the alchemy of light is all about, is understanding that that's magical. That those moments when we come together, absolutely magical, just wonderful forms of love and light and the creation spark, right? The God spark, the peace that says, yes, this is the exciting moment. This is the thing that is most potential, has the most creativity, has the most exploration and curiosity and all of those wonderful things that we experienced as children, perhaps, and maybe now as adults as well. But we've kind of put to the wayside to be, more adulting.
Mm,
I'm adulting today, so I can't be silly and goofball. And we have a friend that loves to, dance with his wife in the kitchen. And every time this person mentions the swirling of her in the kitchen, my heart just leaps, right? It's like, oh my gosh, that is just
yeah.
precious.
Mhm.
It's such a beautiful thing, so spontaneous, so lovely, so just, wonderful. And that's what that's all about, is allowing that radiance out, allowing others to authentically know who
Mhm.
you are, and then shining, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're asked to do, is to shine. So I'm going to ask that you silence your phone or put it on airplane, because we're going to go into the meditation. And I really appreciate everyone that has hung around. I know that there are others that have had a lot of things going on today. Oh my gosh, there were so many other shows going on today and options. And I'm just very grateful that you decided to spend time with us, with me, because your energy is the best. It's the best. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the get into the meditation. Let me just clear my throat there. Okay. So today's meditation involves the energies of the lunar eclipse. And I just want you to keep that in mind, that energy involves release of what doesn't serve and intentions for what we would like to see happen. So let's begin the meditation by inviting Source, guides, and angels, and all loved ones through all lifetimes to be with us in this experience. And we ask them to provide a protective filter that only allows the highest energy to be with us right now for the most benevolent outcome for everyone now and anyone watching later. With grace and gratitude, we acknowledge all the gifts of love, both seen and unseen, that we have received through all lifetimes. And so we begin. Please settle into a comfortable position with your eyes either open or closed to allow your focus to be directed inward. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And as you breathe in the energy of love. And breathe out fear. And breathe in joy. And release tension. And breathe in peace. And exhale doubt. Take a moment to feel these energies. Allow them to envelope you, surround you like a warm blanket. You are safe. You are blessed. You are love. And notice how your breathing becomes more and more relaxed. You are safe. You are strong. Notice your body becoming relaxed as well, your shoulders dropping, everything becoming more comfortable. Just enjoying all that energy. And let us be open to this wonderful heartfelt journey. Come with me. We are walking at the water's edge, casually walking along a soft, white, sandy beach. Gently the water comes in, and soft foam bubbles cover the tops of our feet. And then the foam returns back to the tide. Listen to the waves as they dance with the shore. It's so soothing, so relaxing. Fresh air and ease of the moment. All is well. All is as it should be. Peaceful and carefree. And as we continue to walk away from the water, you move your hand along the top of tall grass. It moves under your hand, under your touch, and then flows upright again. And up ahead, you notice an opening, a path, a small path toward a small cottage. And so you take the short path. And at the end of the path, there are steps, two steps up to the wraparound porch where a wonderful, cozy rocking chair calls to you. And so you decide to go ahead and recline into this comfortable chair. As you cozy on in, feeling the cushions hugging you, take a look at what's in front of you. Look to the horizon, the tall grass leading to the sandy beach that connects to the ever-glistening waves. And from the ocean, the blue of the ocean meeting the blue of the sky, and then onward toward all the stars. It is all so delicate, so beautiful, all connected with individual layers of life and effortlessly presented, all for your comfort and to soothe you. This vision, this gift, lovingly given to you, is a reminder that every thought, every intention, every hope connects to the vastness of the universe. Take a moment and feel the love that created this majesty. Feel the love of all that have wondered at the mysteries of origin and the amount of love needed to sustain it. And so as you feel the love of the universe touching your heart, melting away any stress, know that the most powerful essence is you. You hold within you the most engaging and charismatic heart, a glorious mix of source love, angelic and heavenly love, even galactic love, that's mixing with your own heart's energy of love. You are magnificent. And now with the energy of the lunar eclipse, the moment of intention, of dreams, and solutions for the future calls to us. Let us feel how very loved we are, sending the love that's inside our hearts to each other. Notice that feeling of reverence, of trust, of ease. Notice the light around you, that green-blue color of swirling energy above and below you, around and through you. And now we add the energy of joy, a deeper blue, almost purple. The energy colors that join together with the love energy. Again, swirling around you, above and below you, and through you. Your love, your joy. For you and for others, for you and everyone here. And now we add the energy of peace and the color of lilac purple. And we allow that to swirl, adding the deep purple energy of enlightenment. And it blends with the other colors above you, below you, and through you. They provide the highest vibrations for reverence or trust, for serenity, bliss, and unconditional love. Let us send them to each other, and as they become brighter and brighter, notice how they are lifting. They are lifting up into the universe to become the greatest good for all of humanity and for this gorgeous place we call home for Earth. The layers that are connected on Earth are the layers of energy that we send out. Attached to all that energy is our hopes, our dreams, our love for every being on the planet and for the planet. Take a moment and enjoy this beautiful mix of loving energy. This gift that you offer will echo over continents and brighten skies and comfort so many. You are so amazing, and you make such a difference. Thank you for being who you are and for sharing your light. And now it is time to return. Take another long look at the view and remember that your connection affects everything. So we take the 2 steps off the porch, follow the little path to the soft, sandy beach, and come back to the present moment. Open your eyes when you are ready. This ends the meditation. Are you there?
Well, yeah. That was beautiful as usual.
Oh, thank you. You know, it is so amazing to me, that lesson of trust, because it hits me every Thursday morning. But I had this concept, and no, I'm not sniffing glue, and no, I don't do drugs. But I had this concept of how everything goes together, even though it's all so different, right? The grass, the beach, the water, the sky. they all flow together. They're all so different. And I think that's what we're meant to do as well, is to just flow together, to
Yeah.
be who we are, to be as authentic as we can be, and to share that light that just beams out when we let it, right? That fun, that silliness, that swirling in the kitchen. I want to thank you for being with me, Akela. It's wonderful. I hope that your show is your channel is successful. That you get as many subscribers as you want, because I know that you'll touch many. And so I'm just so grateful for you. And I hope you'll come back. Will you come back?
I definitely will, and thank you for having me.
Maybe next time we'll jump into dreams. I don't know. I don't know what we'll do, but it's always sort of a mystery, right? And we do what spirit guides us to do. So for all of you in the chat, thank you so much. I know you're here. I can feel your light. I can feel your energy, and it is wonderful. So thank you so much for being here. And until next time, everybody have sweet dreams.